how how did you first get into chasing storms?
Um, First off, you have to really like storms and weather, I think, to be a storm chaser. So it's not something you're like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could fall in love with it if you didn't before, because I know plenty of people who have been afraid of storms and then suddenly experience them and get over their fear and then really enjoy them. But for me, at least, I just grew up loving weather, loving looking at lightning. I think my dad probably helped instill that in me. We'd watch a lot of thunderstorms, and we live in Phoenix, Arizona, which is a desert, and so we don't get a lot of rain and storms. But in the summer, we get monsoon season, and we get thunderstorms, and we get huge downpours. We get big lightning bolts towering because the bases of our clouds are so high, and when it's at summer, it's like 108 degrees Fahrenheit here, and a thunderstorm rolls through, it drops into like the 70s. So when you live in a desert, you just, relish the storms. Like it brings life, it brings cool temperatures, it brings, water. Like it's something that everybody here loves if you're from this place. So I grew up just naturally loving it and loving lightning. And at some point in my life, I was on Wonderground or .com before, when people used to be able to submit photos, and I was just fascinated with lightning and lightning photography ever since I was a little kid, and but more so the photography part later. And I was like, I want to learn how to do that. And so I tried to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, but where you are in Phoenix or in the Arizona desert, um, is that part of what's commonly known as Tornado Alley? Is that some part of that?
No, 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 no. Yeah, we are like just east of California. So I am a good, I would say 12-hour drive. I can get to like Texas, New Mexico border in about 10 and a half, 11 hours. And I would say eastern New Mexico is kind of where the Tornado Alley starts. It's the if you know where the Rocky Mountains are in the United States, they kind of go through the middle of New Mexico up through Colorado, mostly like the western half of Colorado up through Wyoming and stuff in Montana. And everything kind of east of there is where dry air gets like funneled into the plains, and then moist air from the Gulf comes up, and and so you know when we see photos, when you've been chasing for a while and you see photos of a certain storm like the Booker supercell in 2013, everybody knows it was Booker, and no one will probably, the odds of seeing anything that looks remotely like that is like incredibly rare. And when you've been chasing forever, you're able to go, oh, that was Leota, that was Dodge City, that was this and this, just by seeing. And granted, you've seen a bunch of pictures, so you kind of know, but you're like, there's been a couple storms that I've mad been going like, oh, this looks a lot like this one a few years ago. But I think that's what's so fascinating, especially with lightning for me. Talking about Europe, and you go to like the Eiffel Tower and take pictures of the Eiffel Tower, all you're really going to be able to do is get a different sky, maybe try to get really lucky and get sunset or a storm. I mean, if you get lucky and get a storm behind it, that would be fantastic for me. It's all I'd want. But out here, you can be in the Arizona desert or anywhere on the Tornado Alley and get photos and get lightning bolts that no one has ever seen before and probably will never see again. I mean, that's what drew me to lightning anyway, is almost every single lightning bolt is different everywhere I go. I'm trying to shoot on the fly. I'm trying to make kind of things happen without planning, and you'll get a strike and you'll be like, that no one's ever going to get that again. That's mine. I have the only shot of that. And it can't be repeated with like another nice sunset in the Eiffel Tower in the way kind of thing. So I think for me, it's always something different, exciting, and it keeps you coming back because you don't get bored because it's always different.
How does that actually happen? How does that come to life?
It's kind of insane, but so like in Arizona and maybe typical places, you'll get thunderstorms, and in general, a lot of them are kind of what we call like popcorn pop-up thunderstorms, where they build up and then they kind of collapse on themselves, where, the big updraft is like this explosion of moisture and energy going up. And then at some point it gets too heavy and then it rains down and there's lightning and all this.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that clip, then press here for the full episode in glorious Technicolor. Hey, and don't forget to subscribe.